Volume up. And we're live. And we are live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck drivers, long distance truck driver, everybody out there that's on the hustle this morning. Shout out to you. Shout out to every clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You deserve respect. Shout out to you. Welcome back to Morning Thoughts, people, with SouFLoTV, bright and early this morning. And we got some things to talk about. Let me big up some people first before I even start the show. And let's start with the first person in, which is, who's that? Kella, C1. Kella says, Grand Rising, SouFlo, Brains and the Morning Thoughts family, and like a phoenix, we rise. Sonia Unstoppable, good morning. Thank you for being here. Vina Johnson, thank you for being here. Monique Thompson, Michelle, Cynthia Gooding, Melissa Donaldson, thank you for being here. Y'all know the computer screen, right? It's way over there. So I gotta like reach over there for the computer screen. And then I'm trying to read the comment section. So I'm like calling names out. I can still see. I have a lot to give thanks for. Morning, 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 morning. I have nothing but water in my cup this morning. Soaking a chamomile tea bag in some water. All right, so let's get the show started. Everybody is here. You have a lot to give to be thankful for, right? We're up this morning. We're healthy. I'm hoping you're healthy. All right, so let's start off with a couple of our topics. So this morning we're going to talk about Paul Pierce. If you don't know who Paul Pierce is, you will get to know who Paul Pierce is in a minute. Paul Pierce was fired, lost his job. We're going to talk about why and all this other stuff. Then we're going to talk about Jamaica Curfew outside of a resort versus what's happening inside of a resort. I've seen videos. It's disturbing. It's crazy. But we're going to talk about that, and we're going to show you two video clips so you see what I want. You said up, up, up. Yes, fam. Up, up, up. Wake up, Audley Barnett. See, I got to go in and check it. So if I say a name, I'm going to say a name right, then it's because I'm way over here and I can't really read the fine print with all these bright lights on me and stuff. So, all right. And then we're going to talk about the suspect. I did a story recently. Let's start off with, I did a story recently about a police officer who lost his life. I think you know the story now. The police officer lost his life because he went to a house after curfew hours when people were supposed to be inside. He was not on duty. He went to a house where a wake was being held at the back of the house. You know, a nine-night, them thing there. If you don't know what nine-night is, a wake, funeral, that type of stuff. It was being held at the residence at the back of the same house that he went into. There was a 5-year-old baby girl inside that house that he was told was his daughter, his child. And we're going to talk about that story and what happened and how that ended yesterday. Let's start off, though, with talking about Paul Pierce, because I think Paul Pierce one is funny, but stick around for the Jamaica one. Because you see, there's some weird stuff going on in Jamaica right now. Like, they locked the regular people down as far as these new curfew rules, talking about midday curfew going into effect, 2 p.m. curfew going into effect, and there are other things that's going on that tells me that this is not fair, but we're going to talk about that. So let's start out with Paul Pierce. So, 5-week-old, somebody said 5-week-old. Oh, you wanted me to start out with the 5-week-old story? Let's get the Paul Pierce story out the way first. I'm strategically placing these stories. So, Paul Pierce is an ex-NBA player who rose to stardom in the NBA. He was top of the list NBA. He didn't just make it to the NBA. He excelled in the NBA, all right? And he has his millions already. And he went on from an NBA career to working with ESPN. ESPN, a major sports network that pays them hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to be an analyst. You know, sit down, put on a nice tailored suit, some gator shoes, and critique how a game goes and that kind of thing. All right, that's Paul Pierce. And then this video came out, and because because of this video right here, ESPN ends up firing Paul Pierce, right? So we're going to show you the video that got Paul Pierce fired, but you can't see the whole video because it was an IG Live. It was an IG Live. I am showing you this camera to camera, so I don't know how it's going to look for your viewing pleasure, but this is what happened why Paul Pierce got fired right here. What?
Paul Pierce, fucking ESPN, nigga, shit. They gonna try to fire me, baby. I don't give a fuck. Look at his ass, baby. Looking like 2 Celtic championship trophies, baby. Check that shit. Oh yeah, doodle doodle drop, baby. Do that doodle drop. Yep. Drop it, baby. Do that doodle drop for Paul Pierce, baby. They gonna fire me, nigga. Shake them titties. Hey. Wiggle them.
Wiggle.
Paul Pierce, fucking ESPN, nigga. Shit. They gonna try to fire me, baby. I don't give a fuck. Look at his ass, baby. Looking like 2 Celtic championship trophies, baby. Check that shit. Oh yeah, doodle doodle drop, baby. Do that doodle drop. Yep. Drop it, baby. Do that doodle drop for Paul Pierce, baby. They gonna fire me, nigga.
So needless to say, the IG Live that he had, yo, my brothers the IG Live that he did, the IG Live was rather festive. Okay, it was rather festive. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is IG Live. That what you heard saying Paul Pierce, baby. Yeah, fuck SPN, they're gonna try to fire me, baby. I don't think that's Paul Pierce speaking. I think somebody did a voiceover of the video of a piece of the live after he got fired, right? But his IG Live was very festive. It had strippers in it, and the strippers were doing their thing. They were massaging the men. They were dropping it like it was hot, doing the doodle drop, as the person was calling it in the video, and all that stuff. And ESPN wasn't having it. ESPN fired him. And so he lost his job. And this is what Paul Pierce responded by saying,
my supporters, I want to thank my haters and everything. Look, but check it out. Bigger and better things coming, baby. Don't worry about it. You fall twice, you get up 3 times. You know, just always remember to smile, baby. Yo, just want to thank all my supporters. I want to thank my haters and everything. Look, but check it out. Bigger and better things coming, baby. Don't worry about it. You fall twice, you get up 3 times. You know, just always remember to smile, baby. Yo, just want to thank all my supporters.
And that's pretty much it. Just want to thank all his supporters. You fall twice, you get up 3 times. Fall once, get up once. Fall twice, get up twice. Why would you get up 3 times unless you fell 3 times? We just be saying anything. But Paul Pierce lost his job. I don't know. Because, you know, sometimes people be like, man, this job, F this job, I hate this job. I used to work, where was it? I think I used to work at Walmart when this happened. And there were people that came in there almost every day that with the same attitude. F this job, I hate this job, I hate this effing job. And then when they get fired, right, they're the same ones that come back, hey, meet me over on aisle 12. And you think they could hire me back? Man, it's rough out here, man. I can't find no work. I can't find no work. I done put in an application at Target, 7-Eleven, everywhere, yo, they got hiring. You think I could talk to Jeff and get my job back? I'm like, you're the same person that came to work every day. I'm having to do your work because I'm telling you that we need to. They said we need to move all this stuff. Come on, our work is our work. We need to move all this stuff, put this over here, label all these and this, and you over here talking, man, F all that. They don't pay me enough for that. I'm gonna just burn my time out on the clock. So I'm the one that has to do all your work while you, and now you over here talking about, meet me over on 12. Think they're gonna hire me back? They put in a good word with Jeff for me. You think he'll let me get my job back? So Paul Pierce comes out with his dark glasses on. Sometimes that dark glasses is to hide the crime, because he's been crying all night. His eyes swollen, so you got to put the dark glasses on. Shout out to my haters, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. On to bigger and better things, you know what I'm saying? On to bigger and better things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. $100,000 paycheck. On to bigger and better things. Okay. All right, Paul. I don't think they should have fired the brother anyways. He was on IG. I don't think he was disrespecting the brand of ESPN. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think he was disrespecting the brand of ESPN because ESPN, if they're doing sports stuff, this is us seeing like behind the scenes of typically how these multi-millionaire sports A-listers actually really live, right? A lot of them are into like strippers and partying and turn up when it's time to turn up because they have the money and the clout to do it, and they turn up in the biggest ways. So he did a little IG live. There wasn't no naked booty on there. You see the same thing you see at the beach. The most that was in there was some G-strings. We seen those all day. I live in Florida. If you go to the beach, you're seeing thongs all day. G-string, booty cheeks clapping all day. You just get used to it to the point where it doesn't even attract your attention anymore. So I don't know. He didn't violate anything, but he's jobless. He's jobless. But shout out to Paul Pierce, man. The most important part is where he said, just remember to keep smiling. He talking foolishness though when he said if you fall 2 times, get up 3 times. That's that hurt. When you hurt, you just talk stupidness. If you fall 2 times, get up 3. I have to fall first to get up. That's 1. Fall twice to get up. I got up twice. The only way I could get up 3 times is if I fell 3 times. So if you fall 2, get up 3. I don't understand that. But anyhow, shout out to Paul Pierce. Oi, for that one. They just be firing brothers for anything, though. They just be firing brothers for anything. And you know what's funny is when some others do but Donkey said we're on a level. That's how that's just how it is. We laugh at some of this stuff, but it ain't even funny. I remember Gronkowski, the big doofy football player, really good football player, but big and doofy. Gronkowski. I remember Gronkowski with the porn stars and then the strippers, and he's licking titties and slapping booties, and he never got fired. But then again, he was playing football. He wasn't a rep for ESPN. I think Paul Pierce wanted to get fired. Don't you think? I think he wanted to get fired. People need their own personal life. It has nothing to do with his job when he is not working. Yes, Katrina Stark, unstoppable. I agree. But your job, some jobs you represent 24/7. It's like a police officer or a nurse or a doctor. You work inside of a medical establishment. You can't be at Walmart and you forgot that you have your scrubs on with, it says, Evans Care and Rehab Center on the scrubs, and somebody said the wrong thing to you in aisle 6, and you just start dragging the bitch and putting the beats on it. You can't do that. You're going to have to walk away from some things because, hey, I'm out here in my scrub. It's after work, but I can't. I want to drag them, but I can't. I don't know. Some jobs you just can't. and that's the way it's set up. That's the way it's set up. But they do brothers and sisters worse than they do everybody else. Everybody else gets to pretty much do these kind of things. Oh, they turning up over there on IG. You seen this IG? And they get all the ads and all the, and then once we do the same thing, you're fired. You're like, but why? Bronk was doing, what's his name was doing this? You could point out like a million people that were all of none of your persuasion, right? They did this, they did that. They don't care. They're like, yeah, but you're fired. You can't do it. You're fired. That's why he's probably like, hey, I'm just making jokes, making light of the situation. Paul Pierce played in the NBA for quite some time. He was a stellar A-list celebrity, A-list basketball player, and he earned millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars throughout his career. How much money he has left today, I don't know. I don't know. Did he know he was going to get fired after doing this? Possibly. Possibly. But sometimes when you already got your money, you know, you can do whatever you want to do. And you're like, so what? Fire me. I'm rich, bitch. Like Dave Chappelle said, so what? Fire me. I'm rich, bitch. And they fired him. And hey, he's on to better things. Keep smiling. Just remember to always keep a smile on your face. That's what he said, right? And he's out. Deuces. I think he wanted to get off that contract. Sometimes you sign a contract, and if you break the contract or violate the terms of the contract, you could be in trouble, liable for a lawsuit, all these other things. But if they fire you, that's a way out of the contract, right? So I think Paul Pierce really thought about this, and he's like, oh, how much are they paying you? $150,000? Why the hell are they paying me $65,000? Hey, man, I want out of this contract, but I can't break the contract because it says right here, I am bound by legal to be here at this time, this year. So, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I need me a couple of strippers. Nah, no shorts, no T-shirts. It's got to be G-strings, and you got to be able to drop it like it's hot, you know, ball out, skin out, and them kind of something on the camera. We going wild. We going wild at 6 a.m. today, and he did. Boom. And ESPN got wind of it, and they're like, hey, your contract is terminated. In the back room, he's probably like, yes, got the hell up out of there. That's just how it goes. We don't know. We don't know. But Paul Pierce already got his millions. You know, some of these basketball players, too, they squander their money while they have it or while they're earning it. Because they always think first year in the NFL or NBA, you're like, shit, I just signed $127 million for 4 years. I'm rich for at least the next 4 years. So year 1, year 2, year 3, I'm balling. I'm buying mama a house. I'm paying off all her bills. I got 4 side chicks, 2 baby mamas. I'm going to make sure everybody is good. Ray and the homies, everybody from the project's good. I'm going to make sure, you know what I'm saying? And they squander the money out. And then boom, the end of that 4-year contract, it's like, damn, where did $127 million go after the tax man and the agents and the, you know, the therapist and the this and the that? I got $1 million left. That's how much it costs to maintain my mansion. Oh, damn. Okay, so I got to sign again. So they sign again, and they get the money again for another 4 years. And they're like, okay, I'm rich for at least another 4 years. And they live the same wild lifestyle. No big investments. They live the same wild lifestyle. A lot of them do it. And then by the end of an 8-year, 10-year career in the NBA, that's why some of them got to play until their knees give out. They got to literally run down the basketball court, and one day you see pop, like the leg just break, just pop on its own. Nobody didn't even tackle him. Nobody did nothing to him. What happened? He too old. He too old. In professional sports, very few play past a certain number of years. The wear and tear on your body, it looks good and glamorous, but it gets painful, right? And they have to be in there. It's just like, I equate that to, and this is no disrespect to anybody, I equate that to standing at Walmart at 80 years old, 80, at the front door. Not because you want to, not because you're like, yeah, I'm already retired. I'm actually double retired. So I'm collecting 2 pension checks plus Social Security. I'm good. But I'm locked in the house all day. I'm getting older. All my friends, most of them have died, moved away, whatever. I'm here. So let me go out. So this is a way for me to go socialize with people. So I'm going to go take a job at Walmart as a door greeter. And you know, places like Walmart, they, shout out to them, they hire people that a lot of other people look past. Like if they have learning disabilities or they have physical ailments or disabilities, or if they're really, really old. So you're at Walmart door at 80 years old, and now they're telling you that you got to stand here for 8 hours. Well, damn, I got arthritis, I got this, I got that, my back hurt, my neck and my back hurt, my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, everything on you hurt, and you can't stand nowhere for no long extended periods of time, but you're doing it. Imagine having to do that because medical bills and your Social Security is not enough to cover your living expenses for month to month. So you literally have to go get that job at 80. That's one of the things I'm trying to avoid in life. You know what I mean? But I think Paul Pierce has his money. I think he has his money. I think he's well invested. And I think he wanted to get out of an ESPN contract. And that's why he did what he did. But I'm not trying to be no Walmart door greeter at 80. Not 70, not 60. I'm not doing any, not 50. I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do. You know, speaking of jobs, before I go on to the next topic, speaking of jobs, it amazes me how many people still try to put a label on people's job. You're earning an honest living. Why are you putting a label on people's job? Right now, if I had to be a Burger King flipping burgers to make sure that my bills are paid and my family is okay, that is exactly what I would do. So don't be surprised, because I never think that I'm above anything. So don't be surprised. You pull up one day to a Burger King drive-thru and you hear, "Hello, may I take your order? It's your host with the most. Welcome to..." You're like, that sounds just like SouFlo. And you turn around and come around to the side. Yes, come around to the first window, please. And it's me. Walton, how y'all doing? Yeah, man, SouFlo, you work at Burger King? Yeah, man, we do anything to make sure that the bill is paid and the family is okay. See? Somebody says, give my business number. The last time I did this, the person started calling while I was right here on air in front of them. So please don't do that. Okay? And then I answered the phone right in the middle of the show, and the person said, "Yo, SouFlo, I want to talk to you about something, you know, but not on the show right now." Okay, but I'm on the show right now though. So I'm like, we're live. So if you have anything to say about the live, no, I'm not nothing to say about the live. I want to talk to you about something. Another thing, you see that I don't know if I don't know if some of you remember when I told you, or you probably never heard it, but a brother called me one night and he had just come home from work. He was a truck driver. And his wife was having a threesome on his living room floor with 2 guys, candles everywhere. And, you know, they about to give her the beats, like give her the full, you know, the full workout. I mean, one woman I take 2 big men one time. I'm guessing she's a wrestler. She's not a runner. She's not a runner, not a track star. But they were about to give her the beats, right? He walks in on that, and he was distraught, and he called me. So the other day, when I told y'all that someone kept calling me like after midnight, and how people have no, I'll never forget though. Somebody wrote me the next day. That's why I love reasoning with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get beside ourselves. I'm only human. I'm not above any human emotions or mistakes. But Somebody wrote me the next day and they reminded me of that. And they said, SouFlo, I watch you all the time, and I understand what you're saying about people calling you after certain hours or whatever. But you got to understand that some people out there really do look at you as a person that they could talk to. Some of them look at you as a family member, a friend, somebody like that, right? Somebody they could vent to. What if that person that was calling you after 12 the other night, and that person was waking up my daughter. My daughter is 9 months old. And you know how that is when baby wake up. Sometimes baby don't go back to sleep, and it means that everybody in the house don't go back to sleep, right? So everybody grumpy next morning. Jesus Christ. Whoa, I'm tired. And you fall asleep on yourself. So anyways, the person said, listen, I understand what you were saying about all that, but I want you to remember something. Do you remember that guy, the truck driver that called you and he was crying and he was distraught and he was saying he was basically going to do a murder-suicide kind of thing, right? And, you know, we talked and him saying just need somebody to talk to. Because right now he about to go buck wild with it, and he just went back out to the truck and got his gun. Usually when he comes home, you know, he would park up his rig and he would take his gun and put it in his clothing and walk into the house. And he says, I don't know why I didn't do that today. I think God got his hand on my life, because anyhow I had that on me today when I walked in there, I would have just started busting. I would have just started firing. And, you know, we talked and the person reminded me, man, they said, listen, don't take where you're at for granted. You know, heavy responsibilities come each step of the ladder up. And you're either gonna break. That's what it translated to for me. You're either gonna accept those responsibilities or not. I'm not saying call me after midnight though, please don't. But if you're desperately in need and you feel like I could talk some sense into you, or I'm the only person that you can call, then call my number, ring it off. And usually I don't just hang up on people. What I do when they call, because the number is attached to WhatsApp, and WhatsApp gives you the option so you don't have to answer. You slide the phone up and you hit message, and they have an automatic message where it says, I cannot talk right now, but what's up? So you can start texting, or you can say, don't call me, but text me. What's up? If you text right back and say, hey man, I really, really need to talk to somebody right now, or something like that. So I'm making myself available. Because I would hate to know that somebody, a brother or sister, was going through something to where they're about to take their own life. And I'm the person they chose to reach out to. And I'm over there, you know, so self-consumed. I'm like, stop calling me. These idiot people are calling me after them kind of hours here, only to hear that, yo, so-and-so, you know, you heard what happened last night, blah, blah, blah. So before I read a sad story about any of you, listen, before I read a sad story about any of you, call my number, okay? Call my number. It's a business number. I hope people call it for business only. But in the case of an emergency, if you feel like you can talk to me and I will respond, then call my number. All right? Bib said LOL. Oh, really now? Bib. All right, Bib. Oh, what's today I said? The beats. Yeah, they was about to put the beats on her. She was in the middle of the floor with candles everywhere and two gorillas. She was about to put the beats on. I don't know if she's a strong girl. She could take it. That kind of stuff. Anyhow, listen, I see something going on, right, in Jamaica that I don't like. I want to talk about the suspect that got killed. All right, let's do the police stuff first. So a police officer was recently killed because he went to go to this house to go see if his sister actually gave a statement. And his sister said her brother, which is the police officer, he didn't know if that child was his or not. And this was his first time actually going to that house to go verify. When am I going to verify? He's going to verify if the child actually looks like him, has anything for him. I don't know. And I know some people are going to say, yeah, man, whatever. Listen, we have DNA tests nowadays. No need for you to break curfew, go to nobody's house late night, but you're gonna go verify if child looks like you, right? Some people are just like that. And he probably had some free time on his hands, just got off work. You know, he thought, change my police clothes, uniform into regular clothes, go over, stop on my way and see, just have a look at the baby. I just want to look for the baby to see if the baby look like me. Like me, all my kids look like me. And even if I'm getting the DNA, I already know within myself, like, damn, that look just like me kind of thing. You know, so probably he was one of them kind of person there. SouFlo, we here live, you know. Yeah, man, big up yourself, man. Dragio Ramos, big up yourself. So he went over there and he was ambushed. He was ambushed at the house, shot multiple times, and he died. The police officer. Fast forward that now to yesterday. Yesterday, news headline breaks. Suspect thought to be involved in or responsible for shooting off police officer dead in shootout with police. All right, I see everybody saying, yay, kill him, yes, dead, don't, no prison for them. Meet them out the road and lick them down and drag them away, all that. All right. There's two sides to that. Here's one side. How do we know that this is the actual person that did the killing of that police officer? How do we know? Because they haven't released any other information to us. This is one of the reasons why I say I would want the death penalty back in Jamaica. But when you're going to do your executions, it needs to be some solid, irrefutable proof. You can't just go shoot out in a road with man and then talk about, yep, suspecting murder of police officer, dead, and everybody say, yeah, murder solved. How is it solved? How is it solved? I want the concrete details. What made him a suspect? What is his involvement? And what do you have to substantiate those allegations? Where is the proof? And that no one know. If we jump around and talk about death penalty, when they're dragging your brother off, and you're like, no, but him did there with we all night, and they're like, no, he wasn't, drag him down by him neck, go hang him. Then you're gonna be bawling about end the death penalty. I don't care how much people I get killed. End it, cause them kill my brother never do nothing to nobody. You understand what I'm saying? So we gotta look at it like that. On the flip side, though, because I am law enforcement friendly, I mean, given my background and my time and all that, so it's a message. If that's the right person, it's the proper message that I would want to send loud and clear, that if you violate a person of uniform, a law enforcement official, in that manner, then you won't live to talk about it. That should be the message, loud and clear. Somebody said, SouFlo, imagine if that was the message, loud and clear for every citizen of the country. If you take somebody's life, you won't live too long after. It would really be a deterrent, because a lot of people who are doing these things would say, yo, you seen what happened to the last 50 people that tried that? They all died. So I'm not ready for that yet. So as much as I want to kill the boy, I'll just move to another parish or try to work it out in conversations or something. Yeah, nature man, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Found guilty before found innocent. That was judge, jury, and executioner. I'm hoping it's the right person, because if it's not, then what happens now is that we have a certified killer. We have a certified killer on the loose right now who's probably going to kill again. It takes a different kind of mind frame to ambush a police officer and kill a police officer and then get away. You know what I'm saying? It's different from two people getting an argument out in the street and you feel like your life is threatened and you had your license firearm on you and you pulled and you fired and That's different. This is planning and executing a police officer. You know the kind of heat that's going to come from this, and you just didn't care. You did it anyways. So I hope that's the right person. And if it's the right person, good riddance. That's right, Clark. Right? Good riddance. Because if they're good at the police officers, you could imagine what they do to regular citizens, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. Because most of the citizens, they're not trained to a police officer's level. And most of them are not brave enough like a police officer in situations like those. And most of them are not armed even. Was he carrying a firearm? Did they find his firearm? Where is his firearm? That kind of stuff. We want to know all these things. How they knew it was this person. Show us some kind of evidence, some proof. Not just gunman suspected in dead from like, that's it. So if he is, that show them clear test. No prison time for them. I support it 100%. Once we are sure, and once the proof, the evidence is there and it's irrefutable, off with the head. Off with the head. You take a life, you pay with your life. You can't make life, so why are you taking people's lives? Simple message, don't? And I think once we develop that no tolerance attitude towards this, we will start to see numbers drop drastically. But that's for a whole nother video, because we could really get into putting out some rogue groups on the ground. We could really get into that. You know, like in the US, how we have bounty hunters. But listen up, to be a bounty hunter in Jamaica, you would have to be mad or bad. Or mad and bad. To be a bounty hunter in Jamaica, you would have to be mad and bad. No, literally mad, lick a bit up yourself, off a bit, and bad. Because the amount of firepower that's there. And one thing about Jamaica, I be telling my American friends this, or my American associates this. Badness in Jamaica is a different level of badness. It's a different kind of badness. All my years that I've lived in it, now listen, I'm just comparing, right? And all my years I've lived in the US, I've seen, majority of the time I've seen people run. People who call themselves, yo, we gangster, we tough, yo, we like that, oh, we out here with the blickies, or you got the long broom and they pull out the big gun and then, you know, they're on video and them show everything up like this and hit a nigga down, blah, blah, blah. And then one police officer show up and they throw in the big gun and extended clip and they're running. Some of them wanted, run with the gun that direction and get shot in the back while running away. Not in Jamaica. In Jamaica, when man make up their mind for bad, police run. Police. I don't know if y'all seen that old movie. I what the movie name? What my boy that was like back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, send back up now. Them have to retreat. Yeah. So it's a different level. Police. Remember when Ninja Man stepped out in that movie? I think I let them get back Ninja Man final. When Ninja Man stepped out in that movie and the youth was like, boss, police there. And then, pardon the language, Ninja Man stepped around the corner and said, police, my bum buckler. And wipe it around the corner for him. Bang, bang, bang. That's exactly how they are in real life. Exactly. It is not no, oh, police is coming. Police, when them man make up their mind for bad, enough of them make up their mind for dead too. I've talked to them. Them make up their mind for dead too. So ain't much you can do with somebody that has made up their mind to die. That's like going to fight a suicide bomber and he already strapped up and got his detonator right here. What are you going to do? You see? Oh, that nature man said, bad man a bad man, not afraid, no police boy. Yeah, them not afraid at all. At all. So I was suggesting putting certain elements on the ground and I thought about it. I was like, imagine if in Jamaica you could be a bounty hunter. Bounty hunter is who, for those of you who don't know, is when time law says this person is wanted and they put your face up. Then me now, I strap up, I got all legal rights from the law, and I do my undercover work, my investigation, I go find bad man, locate them, not only locate them and tell where they're at, locate them and bring them in and collect my bounty. So you could actually barter with the government. How much is on his head? 50,000? Me no want him. How much is up on Feme head? Oh, he's the most wanted. Oh, it's 2.5 mil? More on him. I'm going for him. All right? And then when you bring him in, you're like, see me here, give him my money, and you off again to get the next one. You would literally have to be a bit mad and then be really bad on top of your madness in order to be a bounty hunter in Jamaica. So, I'm going to take Third World Cup. Thank you, Andrew Skinner. That's the movie. Policeman. Lace it for him. Yo, that movie is wicked. If you've never seen Third World Cup before, go see Third World Cup. And segue into this, for the people who still have not tuned in to the bartender, shout out to Orville Expressions and the whole Expressions family. If you still have not tuned into the bartender, rotted. I watched the bartender last night. It is along those lines that I was just talking about. But somebody is back and a beer madness are going. All right, y'all got to see the return. You have to see the return. Go and watch the bartender. And if you're not caught up, get caught up with the series. It bad. So I'm a big fan of Jamaican movies, theatrics, short films, and these things when they're put together properly, like how Orville Expressions them have put their bartender and corner shop together. For some reason, I'm into corner shop for the learning and the laughing. I'm more into bartender for, like, me and Billy. I watched it last night. We were eating dinner and watching. We were like, anytime something make you do that, it's the hit. It's the hit. So we're not gonna catch up on bartender because we can't discuss it. We don't know until y'all catch up on it. All I'm saying is right now, it thing turn up. All right, so go catch it up. Oh, Sean, who's that? Sean Castle say I'm now hooked on the bartender. Yes, me too. Me too. When wifey shared dinner yesterday, the first she was like, "Oh, we got a new episode of the bartender, front and center, both away." And we there, and like when things happen in it, you know, you're glad you have somebody to share it with. You're like, you know, it's that exciting. It's that exciting, especially if you're following the characters and it's the script, the story script. The man put some twist in this script this time. But not lie, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing, bro. You're doing your thing. All right, moving right along. So somebody is saying, where can I watch the bartender? It's on YouTube. And all I ask is that people go over to Expressions JA and hit their subscribe button. That series is so good. You know, when you see good material and the good material is not getting the recognition that you think it deserves, and you're thinking, man, this thing could do way more numbers because it is so good. It is one of the things that I sit and I really watch. I want to watch all night. If I got to get up to go, say, help change a diaper or get something for drink or something, yeah, pause it. Pause it. It's not let it play. It's pause it. It's that good. But that's how our thing goes. That's how our thing goes. You know, sometimes it takes a while to catch on. Sometimes we want to give flowers after the great ones are gone. Sometimes we just discover stuff late. So I use this platform to tell people, go over there and go support it. Go watch it. If you have 1 ounce of Jamaican in you, or if you're a Caribbean person, because it's pretty much like Caribbean life, but it's authentically Jamaican, right? So if you have any kind of attachments right there, you're going to feel at home right away by watching that thing. I promise you. I promise you. So anyhow, let's move right along. So the last topic for the day is we done talked about Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce got out of that contract, you know what I'm saying? G-strings and booty clapping and all that. We done talked about the suspect. The suspect that was, remember, he's a suspect. He was not tried and proven to be guilty. All the evidence has not come out to the public. He was a suspect. However, they said that that's who did it, and they got him. I'm conflicted in my feelings. I am very law enforcement friendly. So on one side, it's like, yeah, mash it up and dash it away. And then on the next side, I'm like, was he guilty though? Is he the real person? Because I'm concerned that if he's not the shooter, then there is a shooter who is not afraid to do it, that's out there right now. And we could have been diverted. See, take all our eyes off of the real culprit, while the real culprit is free to roam the island and run up the murder numbers. By the end of the year, you know how many people. Right now, we're over 300. Over 300 Jamaicans have been murdered since the start of the year. So it's a murder game that's going on. So when we find people like these that are willing to go that far to even kill a law enforcement official, I don't support prison time and all that. I don't support prison time and all that. When you find man where chop up woman because the woman says she want left, I don't support prison time and all that. I support immediate execution, actually. But, you know, people are going to tell me about Geneva Convention, and they're going to tell me about, oh, we're barbaric if we do that. Well, they were barbaric in what they did too. So in order to lead a society in a civil manner, you have to have these extremes, extreme laws that meet extreme actions. You can't have people around here thinking, chop up the boy there and then go do what? Lay on my back and get 3 meals a day and some place to sleep, no bills to pay. I mean, you have to fight off some man in there every now and then, but y'all know how prison runs. Sometimes if you just chilling there and you just good, you good. And they really go in there and be chilling and be good. I don't think you deserve that. Anyhow, that's just me. The last one we're going to talk about, shout out to Don Mafia. I think Don Mafia is one of the toughest writers in dancehall music. Don Mafia writes some song. I mean, if you're looking for commentary in the music up to the time what's going on right now, Don Mafia. Trust me. And wasn't it said that Don Mafia wrote a lot of songs for Beanie Man? I don't like talk things when I don't know, you know, because me know. So I'm on the ground. So eventually I run into people. And I don't want people be like, yo, oh, y'all is a chat something where you don't know that. You run up my business and not even something going, you know? So I don't know. That's what I've been told, that he wrote a lot of songs for. Yeah, man, let me stop biting my tongue. Don Mafia and Beanie Man did a little war thing the other day, and he came out and said he wrote all these songs for blah, blah, blah. Put it that way, right? I can actually see, if you follow him, I can actually see that, yeah, it's like that for real, bro. Probably is, because he's very good at it. So go follow Don Mafia on Instagram. It's an artist that I should have highlighted a long time ago, and I think I told him that his level of artistry, I wanted it to be something like when I'm in Jamaica, we sit down on camera kind of thing. But anyhow, he was one of them that posted this yesterday, among other people who sent it to me. So I'm going to give you a look of this place. First off, I just came back from Jamaica, and in my videos, my vlog videos, you will see this exact place. And this exact place in the first vlog video I put up, this place was packed with people. Now, this is in big, broad daylight in Jamaica, right? Check it. This is a mobile.
Ladies and gentlemen,
y'all recognize?
Right now, as a man to go be a look. Right now, I'm in the heart of the city with the city in my heart. And we're looking for St. James Street stop. I mean at the parade. And we can look down St. James Street, but I'm straight back to Courts. Everybody knows that St. James Street, them and time, that are the boats, them and time. You know? So So you see people looking at here, everywhere, deserted. Only a few people that hustle on the road and hustle them hustle to go. Or you got some bad people and that free dog them is because they gone to Canada.
What it?
That's how the street look right now, you know.
And look, empty. Not the man said not even the dog them we see because the dog them gone to Canada. The dog them get papers and fly out. Roof, roof. Yeah, fly out. And all them brethren them gone to Canada. Y'all don't know that? All the stray dog them take off of the street, give them beautiful homes in Canada with owners or people that are going to dress them up in clothes and give them a good life and them thing. But anyhow, that video clip right there. All right. Now, on the flip side, I want you to see this video clip right here. Same Jamaica, same place. And I might turn the sound off because I don't want a copyright infringement. So here we go. What I said to you? What does that say to you? Somebody said, better Canada than China. You see, okay. Somebody says, yes, like London. That's London everywhere though, right? That's not a group of people or a bunch of people. Right now, if you have the money, that's how it is. If you have the money right now, you could be, take a wave, take a jump up now, and it's carnival all year round for you. That's how we're living right now. So that's on the inside of a resort, obviously. I sent to ask, what resort was this? Because I'm trying to verify the information. But somebody sent it to us at SouFLoTV. This is Jamaica. This is what we're looking like right now. For the people who don't have money or for the regular folks. When them 12 o'clock curfew we and 2 p.m. curfew we and run we in our house and lock off and people walking down the street showing how empty the streets are like that. Stark contrast, yes? This is what one side of Jamaica is facing, is looking like.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Right?
Right now, as a man to go be a look. Right now, I'm in the heart of the city with the city in my heart. And we look for St. James
What's that?
Stop.
Empty.
I mean at the parade. And we can look down St. James Street, bottom straight back to Courts. Everybody knows St. James Street, them at time. That got the bus, them at time. You know?
This place, if you go watch my first video I brought back from Jamaica recently, this place right here, it packed like Stone Love guns. In broad daylight, no elbow room in this place. So to see it this empty is kind of eerie. But if you go down the road and you hear music playing and you think, where that come from? Because everybody's supposed to be in a lockdown. And to go down the road and pass one of them places and then you see this. And I can't play the background music, people, because you know of the copyright infringement for the artists. They took down our video the other morning when we did the Father God something. Remember the youth was saying, Jah guide, never let lose my faith. They took that whole video down. So, where I think this is going, somebody just said it tonight. Yes, it's bad. You know, Cayman don't have no COVID. if they had to show vaccine card. Where I think this is going is right there, so I think the people of Jamaica are being punished because y'all are not taking the vaccine fast enough. Blessed SouFlo, have a great day, and you look handsome. Thank you, Diane Robinson. I appreciate you greatly. Have a wonderful day yourself, family. I think they're being punished because they're not taking it fast enough. Now, let me be fair. We traveled to Jamaica recently, and we got tested 3 times. 3 times. Now, throughout this whole COVID thing, I had never been tested. But when it came time to get tested, all I did, I'm quarantine and I'm drinking up my tea them and taking my vitamins and increasing certain vitamins, just doing my own thing. When it came time to go to Jamaica, though, and we were just there. This is the 2nd week back. When it came time to go to Jamaica, we went to go get one kind of test. I don't know the 2 kind of tests that were out there. We went to go get the one that takes an extended period of time for the result to come back. And something that go on between Texas. Texas did the freezing thing because they froze out in Texas, and that's where their main lab was. They would send it from Florida to Texas and back. PCR. Thank you, nurse. Well, nurse to be soon. Yo, studies are bust her ass, but she's handling it. Go, babe. You can you can do it. Let's make light. All right. Thank you. PCR. So we did the PCR first, and then that wasn't gonna come back in time. So we had to go do the other one, whatever the other one name is. And then that one came back in time. And then by the time you reach Jamaica, you have to come in with a clear, clean COVID test that is no less than 72 hours old. So it's not like you can go take it a week ago and then show up and rapid. Yes, there it is. Thank you, babe. Antigen. Babe, I got you on. You working this morning. I should start asking you some of them questions from that nursing exam. You're sharp this morning. So, and then you have to arrive with one. On your way out, leaving, you have to take another one. No less than 72 hours, your test could be to go in. And leaving, you got to take another one before you leave to go out. And if you pop positive going out, you're not leaving. They will quarantine you. Babe said, don't do it. You studying or you just up? You have to take a break? So for those of you who are planning on heading to the island sometime soon, that's how it's going to go. You're going to need a positive, not positive, don't do it, not positive, correct myself. You're going to need a test that is less than 72 hours to get in. And then when you're leaving, doing your schoolwork, all right. So coming back in, the Wi-Fi distract me. Coming back in, you're going to need one. If you test positive leaving Jamaica, they're not letting you leave the island of Jamaica because the U.S. says that they don't want anybody coming back positive. They don't care if you're a U.S. citizen. You are not coming. So COVID meant the U.S. actually keep their citizens out. Remember, we talked about this before, and we said there's one place that cannot keep you out. It's the place where you were born, the place of your birthright, citizenship. Well, COVID changed that because citizens can't come back into the U.S. if they pop positive on a COVID test coming back in from overseas. You have to stay in whatever country it is you went to visit until you are no longer COVID positive. Then you will fly in. So and it's a minimum of 14 days. So when you pop positive at the airport, just know that you're going to be here for another 14 days at least. That's how it goes. What I think is, I don't know. I don't see how. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I don't see how this 12 o'clock curfew and 2 o'clock curfew, emptying the place at midday and these kind of things is adding to safety. I think this is more frustrating to people than anything else. Because when I go to 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Go sit down on my yard. So, and watch the big resorts make a whole lot of money. Now, this is a rich poor thing. This is a who have money versus who don't thing. Because for those who are in behind those walls, they're good. They're good. They'll be able to get their money same way. You see how the place pack in there. Everybody in there is enjoying themselves. They'll be able to get their rocks off, have fun, while we lock up in our house. See? I don't see how that's helping with COVID numbers. I really don't. I see how that is it is destroying the Jamaican economy. Thank you. Galawas X. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. I can't imagine what the small, let me stop imagining. I know what the small business people, and when I say small business people, I'm not talking about someone that actually owns a storefront. But yes, I'm talking about them too. But may I talk about the people that's even smaller than that. Yeah, may I talk about the people that sell out our stall. I'm talking about the people that sell on a moving cart or something. I'm talking about the people that need to be up and out and about in order to get their daily bread. Locked in like this, oh man, I think people are going to become really, really frustrated, especially seeing when videos like those are escaping. Now, to the credit of these hotels and to the credit of Jamaica itself, all these people, the Higla them, yeah, the entrepreneurs, all these people, I'm guessing have been tested, have been found to be negative, therefore they can gather, right? And they're gathering inside of these. But if you're a local Jamaican and you have the resources, I say, yo, I want to party with some people and everything. Long time I don't go on party. Pool party in the day, yeah. Cause this a pool party in the day, this enough. Pool party in the day, yeah. Wait a keep over sandals. All right, then book in. Don't say a word. So we booked in. That's for those who can afford that. You know what I'm saying? That was a pool party in the day, these people. Right? My boy jumping at the pool with the whole buckle in their hand. It's pool party in the day, they're turning up while we have been forced to turn all the way down. Even the church locked down. Somebody said only 12 people are allowed. Well, I think the Lord said we're more than 2 are gathered, so pastor should be good. 12 is all he needs. Not true? You don't need no big numbers. So I didn't pastor have to go look at work. And that may I tell you, I never got past when I was old enough to realize, and again, I burn out them things, but I burn out them things same way, because when it's not like Mass Victor them, when it's not like the people that me grew up with. You understand? They lived in our communities and they lived like us. And we shared with them and they shared with us. Remember one time them used to take money out of offering plate to pay somebody light bill because sister so-and-so light cut off and she rounded by herself and these kind of things. Nowadays, pastor them wicked. I seen a pastor giving a sermon the other day. I talked about big Easter Sunday morning, and this is what we bring to the offering. We should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of ourselves, and I take away people and money. A lot of these people give out their last dollar to the church. Give out their last dollar to the church. And broke like church mouse. And they can't go to pastor and say, Pastor, pay my light bill for me this month, please. I show my tithes and offering all the time. I never miss. Even when I suffer, even when I'm down on my face. because you preach and tell me, say, Jesus will multiply my givings. No, I don't know if I might use the long way to do the mathematics on it because the multiplication is not reaching me. I'm not getting me, can't pay me. Basically, I'm cut off my light there. Me I like candle and sleep from where they are. Please pay me light bill for me for this month, sir. You know what Pastor tell the people them say? Well, you're not praying hard enough. You need to pray a little harder, sister. Or him tell the people them say, come on, let's gather up prayer warriors and pray for a deliverance for sister so-and-so because the demons of poverty are upon her and they have sank their claws into her and they seem like they won't let. Pastor, we don't need all that, brother. We just need to just forward the money out of the offering plate. We could pay that bill after the month and we're good. Back on the feet again. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. So a lot of these pastors right now, they are up in arms. They are up in arms. I was looking for one of them because somebody sent me a video recently where the pastor was chastising the audience for how much they put in the offering plate. I'm saying, no, sir, I would have just get up and walk out. And the rest of the audience should have done the same. Just get up and walk out and leave him right there talking. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Jesus wasn't greedy, sir. Hello, them don't want me for them church, you know. Because yeah, a front seat me. Hello. Hi. Oi, stop. And then them go and hold me down and says the devil in me, and they them have to go deliver. See how I'm out of control. Look at his eyes. Never mind that I always do that with my eyes. That's the demon. Beat him, brother Laurel. Beat him. Beat out the demon. Me and brother Laurel would have fight in there because the monk kick and thump with a share out in that church there. Because me would have get up and in front. That's why I don't go to church no more. Because I will get up and be in the front like, oh, stop. Me can't take too much of this. Let's be honest. Be real with the people, right? Or let me just go about my business. So I stay over where I stay over at, and I let those who want to be misled and cheated go there. I'm not saying all churches do it, but a lot of the times it's pimping going on in the church. That's what it is. So enough of them pastors where about corona and church lockdown. They don't care about people's health. I seen one Jamaican pastor telling his audience about, wanna stop believing in God. Wanna God with this corona thing. Wanna try to say, corona is stronger than God. You lie. The devil is a lie. You are a lie. You should be ashamed of yourself. I be ashamed of yourself. I be shame and destruction and them preach to the people and the people them afraid, them shame, them scared, them everything in the book. Because pastor try to draw them out because he knows that when they're in attendance, then when the offering plate go around, you know them doing the offering plate go around. You see when them a preach and the offering plate reach around, so and you hear him take a long pause. I survey the land. I see who putting in and who not putting in. You try that when the offering plate pass and don't put nothing in and see. Tell me if somebody wasn't looking at you. They looking at you. Okay, brother SouFlo. We see you now. We see you. God has done so much for you, brother SouFlo. You're flourishing in life, man. What does it take to give back? Our percentage on them want again? Is it someone who got church? I don't know the percentage. Our 10, 15% or something like that of all your earnings. Jesus wasn't greedy, sir. I mean that with the little voice. Jesus wasn't greedy, sir. 10%. 10% of your own in Giovanni says 10%. Me broke, pastor. 10%. You know what's 10%? So hold on then. Jamaica minimum wage weekly. Oh, 7,500. Let's call it $8,000. So if we come give you 10% of my $8,000 when we get to the week now. And one little basket of food, as you saw them demonstrated, it wasn't even enough to cover that one little basket. But past the basket full and overflowing. Eh? Him children them go to nice schools. They're always well dressed and well taken care of. Light never cut off of a theme house yet. All one time light gone. When you know, sir, in Jamaica, power outage, light gone is a regular thing, right? And in some places, it's even more regular than other places. Light never gone past the house yet. The pastor have him Delco generator them hooked up as light go out that kick in. In fridge now defrost, nothing. Them kind of thing there. Real talk. Claudine Edmonds said, I remember growing up in Jamaica, pastor used to put people on butt bench if them not pay tithes. Yes. Not in my church though. The church where me used to go, they used to actually pay the bills. Another person from the church, a church member could come and say, I'm hurting, I don't have any money, things bad right now, blah, blah, blah. Woof. Everybody come together right away. When that offering plate go around, it's going around for you, for that person. And that's what I remember church to be. So I left the church for a while, and when I go back, I realized the pastor drive the latest, his suits are tailor-made, and then we can go to the extreme, like in the US, pastor own private jet and mansions. I seen one pastor they had on trial, and the pastor, the detective was asking him, okay, so could you explain like some of these to us? I don't know if y'all seen the video. One brown skinned man with one like a curly afro there in a suit. And like the detective was saying, so this a $3,800 pair of shoes from Louis Vuitton. Is that a part of your ministry? Because him write off everything in taxes. He shops luxury, then writes everything off in taxes, right? So I'm getting the money back. So the detectives are asking him, was it necessary? Like, he says, yes, it's very necessary. Okay, this suit right here, the suit, $1,800, $3,600 shoes. Oh, manicure and pedicure and spa day at this some luxurious place. That's $2,500, blah. And when I ask him, hear him, let me explain it to you like this, he said. So let me explain to you like this. I travel to deliver the word of the Lord, and I'm in different states. Now, I'm sure the Lord wants me to arrive on time and in comfort so that I'm well rested and centered and able to deliver the message. I'm sure he doesn't want me going up there in rags. So I have to dress a certain pattern. The detective is like, I understand you have to dress, carry yourself in a certain manner because you're speaking publicly and all. I didn't say you needed to wear rags, but did it have to be a $3,600 pair of shoes? And he had like 15, 20 pair of shoes where he buy in just the space of like 1 month. And these are the price tags on pastor's shoes. You see, from I was old enough to realize and recognize what that was going on, them can't draw me in again. Can't draw me in again. 10% of what? If you did 10% of my work, you could get 10% of my pay. Other than that, you get 10% of zero, which is zero. Finance a man lifestyle for him to sit there and tell me what. Me don't need. What do we need them for, anyways? Honestly. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Shout out to the church. Those that are still genuine. This is not a church bashing thing. It is bashing the wolves that are hiding among the sheep. That's how it is. Some people get carried away when they start talking about church stuff, It's the worst thing you can do. I'm unsubscribing. Dr. Boy, SouFLo, I hope God strike you. See you. And truth is truth. Truth is truth. Okay? So this is not about bashing the church. The church is a good place. I grew up in a good church where the church actually cared for the people that came to the church and worshiped at the church. And it was a real family. Matter of fact, when church wasn't keeping in church, and you thought keep the church in my yard, in my living room. You see? So I couldn't escape church. Yeah, man, I couldn't escape church. draw me going to church. So that's how I was raised. But I'm used to a different kind of church. And that church that don't exist no more, it seems. If y'all know a church where the pastor actually helps to pay the bills of the people who are doing really bad in that church, y'all send me a link to that church, because I think we all need to get together and send that church their donation or something, because he's really helping the community. That's true? Church nowadays are wicked. Yes, true. Dorney J.A. says, yes, we have one here, but him not color. So all the black people give them welfare check while him have helicopter. All the time. All the time. When I started realizing that those pastors don't live among the people that they preach to, and their churches are located in a certain place, but one of the places that I really realized this at was in Portmore, in Jamaica. Yo, have y'all ever seen some of them churches in Portmore? Portmore have some lavish church. Me look at the church and I'm wondering if somebody is laundering cocaine money or something. Because me I said, so much people don't live here. Enough people don't live here to have given enough money to have built these massive buildings. Those churches rival the big churches in the US. And they have like 8 of them or 10 of them in a Portmore. Just Portmore. People could be suffering. No little gas for cook food, the cylinder empty. Them tell us to give thanks, man, go outside and catch up a wood fire and still have life. It's like telling the people to accept less and less and less because it's your long suffering that you will be rewarded for in heaven. No, me not suffer long a blouse and skirt. Me want mine right now. Me no know about nobody else and later. If there's later there for me to get, me will get that later too. But me want mine now while I'm breathing and while I'm here. Yeah? Nobody tell me about gas gone, so go catch up wood fire outside. No, me want to cook on gas stove like everybody else. Or an electric stove like everybody else, sir. So you can get me 10% because I had to keep the gas on. Some people need to wise up. They're still breaking the bank just to go support the church. And it's not really the church you're supporting pastor's lifestyle. Isn't me? I know a pastor right now in the place where I'm at, and I won't call no names because there are close associations to this pastor. But I know a pastor right now, everybody, when his family pull up, is a fleet, okay? And we're talking about a fleet of luxury vehicles from the latest Cadillac SUV. Whatever year it is, his Cadillac SUV is in that year. He called them big boys toys, all right? And everybody in his family, when they pull up, by the time the family park, it looked like a fleet of luxury vehicles. And I'm saying, there's people in that church that's hurting. And pastor take it to the extreme. I'm not saying you can't drive a nice car. I'm not saying you can't wear a nice suit. But do you have to go tailor-made suit? Do you have to go Versace? Do you have to go Prada? Do you have to go, you know what I'm saying? Do you have to go Louis Vuitton? Do you have to go a $80,000 US dollars SUV? You know, there's people out here driving a $5, $10, $15, and $20,000 vehicle and they're doing fine. Some of them driving a $10,000 vehicle, a $5,000 vehicle, and you would think they're driving a $100,000 vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing fine. And it don't left them on the side of the road or nothing. And you don't really go nowhere, so what do you need that for? Just so you can be transported around in style. Well, not at my expense. Not at my expense. Pastor, go look at work. My pastor back in the days used to farm. And he used to farm in the same community that we were in when we were growing up. And deacon for the church used to live almost right next door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 or 4 houses over from my house. So we were like that. These are the people that actually helped police the community because they couldn't see you out the road. So they had responsibilities that they stood up to. They were involved in the community. They were your parents' eyes and ears outside of your parents' visual shot and auditory. Once you cross Nessa, don't make one of them people that see you out the road doing anything out of character, right? News reach home before you reach home. If them not grab you before, you have to take for yourself. That's church. Church is supposed to be educating the people for their benefits. It's supposed to be involved in the community on a grassroots level. Church ain't supposed to be one big fancy building and pastor cares about how the building is maintained and how we can expand the building and how much offering you put in the plate, and then pastor disappear. You don't even know where he live at. And then you see him every Sunday. We're not used to that. That sounds like a con man to me. You know them people that come up with the cardboard and they got the 3 cards on it and they're like moving them around and you got to pick which one it is. You sure? $10. $10 if you miss it, you're going to have to pay me $10. All right. Move the card around. And no matter how you pick the wrong one. That's what they seem like to me. Con artists. Yeah, somebody say a long time I got that D-Mac. Yeah. This is why I love my Jamaica, because things change, but in certain places, things still remain the same. Which part me come from, things still remain the same. Like when you drive through there, you would really literally think you were in 1990 when you drive through there. People's houses got nicer. Because you know what we do at Jamaica already. Some people fly out and come back in, save up their money, build up something nice, pass it on to their children, you know, fix up things. Now, house have flat screen and technology and all these things. And so the houses changed. But the rhythm of the place and the landscape itself has remained the same. The people in that part has remained the same. That's why I'm not too like tell everybody that, yo, I come from this specific part of Jamaica. I don't want them go there. I don't want to know there at all. Because next thing you know, bringing some bad breed people and mash up what I have known my whole life. I am blessed to be able to say, still there, still the same. And we still live like that. That is why it's important for me to escape, to go home. Now I'm rooted and grounded in the US, and I call this home. But I really feel free once my plane touched down in that little place there. See? And then worse when I take that drive from the airport. Once we hit certain place, once we hit like Spallings, for those of you who know them part of Jamaica, once we hit like Spallings, I go back in, Christian, I go back in, I'm in heaven because nothing really has changed. Nothing really has changed. So I can really like retrace, re-step. It's like nostalgia. And for those who are still alive, I can watch the people who were young when I was small, and now I'm grown and they're older, and I see the elders fading away. You know, this one passed away, that one is ill, probably on the brink of life, getting ready to pass, and then, you know, we can see all these things. Yeah, man. Hope she don't get famous. Amen. Still our place, SouFLo. Yeah, man, regardless of what, still my place. It's a place to be protected. It's a place to be protected. I tell a lot of people a lot of times, I say, listen, some people can run. Just like Budja says, what about those who can't run, right? They will have to stay. Some people can't run. And some of us, even though we do what seems like a run, we're too rooted there to just completely escape. So let me close this video this morning by saying this. I put up a vlog video yesterday. It was a short version of a funeral that I went to of a family member. You know, me and my wife had just come back and we attended 2 funerals. That was a short version. I have a different version of that which I have to edit today. That different version is longer, but it is more entertaining. What I was trying to show in the video was the cultural aspects of how we put someone to rest in Jamaica. Someone that lived a good life, someone that was closely connected in the community. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted outsiders to see this. So I put up like a 10-minute video yesterday before I put up the real video. Should be sometime today. But I say all that to say this. The way how life as we know it, for some of us, it never changed. For some of us, it never changed. So, and some of us are rooted and grounded, like I said, in Jamaica to the point where we cannot, even if we wanted to, run away. So shout out to my people who said, me left this a long time, I'll never go back. Damn, that must have been hard for you to do. I'll never go back. Every single time my plane touched down in Jamaica, I think of you when you say you will never go back. Because I left a long time ago, but I've been going back. And over the years of going back, I've seen constant improvement, constant improvement. I've never gone back and seen things go backwards. I've seen constant improvement with the people, with the infrastructure of the place. I've seen constant improvement. So we spend a lot of time talking about the bad stuff, but we really need to focus on some of the good stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I do see constant improvement over the years. So for those of you who haven't been back in a long time, man, I can't tell you how much you owe it to yourself. And your heart is going to burst with joy if you just touch down in another place one time. I'm telling you, my heart bursts with joy. I feel a kind of way just talking about it. My heart bursts with joy every time I touch down, and I'm sure yours will too. Me can't run. I can't run from Jamaica. That's why I encourage others, go home, invest, stay close to your culture. Some of you have been gone for so long, you no longer feel like you're Jamaican. You know you were born there, but you've assimilated so far into foreign culture that you forgot totally how we are as a people. Certain things that we laugh at, you get offended by it now because you lost your touch. You know what I'm saying? So stay with your culture. Stay with your culture. And in doing so, why do you think I send you to stuff like the bartender and stuff like that? Because it's to keep you in touch with your culture as a people. You come from a people who stay a certain way. Whether we want to accept it or not, we stay a certain way. And that's for every different culture, even outside of our own culture. Everybody do them thing a certain way. So don't let yourself be so far out of touch that you cannot relate. All right? We're going to left it right there so this morning. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. I thank you for coming out. It's Tuesday morning. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Keep a smile on your face like Paul Pierce said. And enjoy your day. Spread some love around, all right? Bless up on yourself, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on SouFLoTV with our show that's called Morning Thoughts. I'm out. One love. Oh, James Bond never say never. I wanted to say that there's a chicken shack place, restaurant type thing that the actor from that plays James Bond, the Daniel, whatever his name is, from the UK. So when he's in Jamaica, right? You see how blessed we are? When he's in Jamaica, there's a place where he said that he ate some food there once and he was hooked. And he's pretty much hooked for life. So he did a trip recently back to Jamaica. Just a quick note before I leave. He did a recent trip back to Jamaica when they were filming for the upcoming James Bond. And he realized that his favorite place to eat on the island had closed down. What did he do? What did he do? Thousands and thousands of pounds right away. Get it up and running, please, is what he said. If others can see value in us, then we need to start to value in ourselves too. Trust me, they don't see value in us for no reason. We are a special people. All right? Big up on yourself. I'm out. Peace.